What is up, you guys? Master Corsi here, and today we have this 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now, as always, this is going to be a full in-depth review of the Grand Cherokee. We're going to start it up, get an exhaust clip, do some revs, then go on a full in-depth interior review, then go on a full exterior walk around. Now, because we have been given the Grand Cherokee for the day, we're going to be taking it on a thorough test drive. Often regarded as America's Range Rover, the Grand Cherokee is a tremendously capable SUV and a very luxurious one too. Now, the Jeep Grand Cherokee has very good road manners, 5-seat capacity, more cargo space than the previous model, and if optioned properly, can be taken off-road. Now, our tester is the base Laredo, which isn't a bad thing, right? I mean, most of the people would buy the affordable one. And even Jeep expects that 65% of the Grand Cherokee would be Laredos. Now, here is the key fob for the Grand Cherokee. Cool feature that you have, remote start. Press it 2 times. And there you have it. Now, the Grand Cherokee comes as standard with smart key access. You have the key fob, put it in your pocket, and then slide your hand in to unlock it. And then to lock it again, wait a second, press the button to lock it. Now you can choose from 10 different colors for your Grand Cherokee's exterior and 2 for the interior. Now, our tester is finished in stone white and dark charcoal black. So, sitting down in the 2012 Grand Cherokee. Now, one word to describe this interior: roomy. I mean, this car is so spacious. You have this like runway that you have right here. An airplane can just land on that. It's a huge area that you have here. But then again, other than this spacious interior, the interior is very stylish and you have all high quality materials except for this cheap plastic here. It's all very luxurious. Then first of all, closing up the doors, the bulky, huge SUV doors. I just love the way this closes. Then again, sitting in these very comfortable seats. I mean, you guys buy an American vehicle for that comfortable seating. Now, don't get me wrong, I do not mean to say that Range Rover or any German or European manufacturer do not make comfortable seatings. But you know, the Americans know how to do it because they have long distances to travel. They put very comfortable seats. So you can go 3-hour, 4-hour drives, no backache whatsoever. Now, the seating position in your Grand Cherokee is very high. I mean, you're just higher than everything on the road. And then looking at this interior, to be honest with you guys, the only thing that I really like about this interior, I like the way they design, but the key point is the beautiful steering wheel that we have with these aluminum spokes right here. It's a very nice design. Now, unfortunately, because it's a Laredo, we don't have the infotainment touchscreen right here, but you do have USB ports and you can do without it. So starting off with the steering wheel, it's a 3-spoke, multifunction, leather-wrapped, bulky Jeep steering wheel. You have all your radio commands with the cruise control right here. Your volume commands are behind the steering wheel, right here. And on the right, as standard on all Chrysler vehicles. And then you don't have any 10 and 2 notches, but the 9.3 grip is quite good. I mean, you do not need that notches because we're not in a high-performance vehicle. So it's just a luxury SUV cruising out. It's a very round and big steering wheel. I like the way you have this right here. The two makes it like a 4-spoke. Now to turn on the car, make sure you have the key fob within the interior. Put your foot on the brake and hit this button to go. And the V6 roars to life. Now our tester is equipped with a 3.6 liter VVT, a variable valve timing V6, which kicks 290 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque. Now our tester has a 5-speed automatic. If you opt for the 5.7 liter Hemi V8, then you have a 6-speed automatic. Now how do you differ exterior wise between the V6 and the V8? Now our V6 has one exhaust tip. If you go for the V8, then you get 2. Now of course the V8 is more powerful and it costs you a lot more. And by powerful, we mean that the 5.7 liter Hemi V8 raises the power to 360 horsepower and a hefty 530 Newton meters of torque. Now if you're looking for a performance oriented Grand Cherokee, then you would of course get the SRT8. The V6 Grand Cherokee is rated as 16 miles per gallon for the city and 23 miles per gallon for the highway. Now coming on to the instrument panel on the Grand Cherokee. Now to be honest, I really like the way you have these chrome accents around the speedometer and tachometer. It's Mercedes-like, but I really like the way they have it. And a cool feature to have, to be always aware about the MPG, is on the tachometer you have this blue region between about 800 RPMs and 2000, reminding you of the best fuel range. So if you're just focusing on MPG, you should always have the RPM between this range. The font is very nice too. Then you have this small display in front of you that we can control from these buttons right here. You have fuel economy. Then you can select from a wide range of controls, remote start, and other options. Coming on the left, you have your light commands right here, power windows and power mirrors, which are heated too. Then coming on to the center of the dashboard, as I said, we do not have the touchscreen, but we have this radio. All your commands like phone controls, Bluetooth, everything that you need, it's right here. Then coming on to the climate control, hazards with traction control. And you have this small storage space right here. It's very deep, by the way, and you have a 12-volt power outlet, as you can see. Closing that, coming on to this beautiful Jeep gear shifter, which is gated, like the way that's done. Cup holders, cubby space right here. And if you forgot about the heat seats, you have the buttons right here and on the other side. So that's a cool feature. And then you have a two stage for the center console, which is nicely padded, by the way, leather wrapped, which is very good. One that's very small to open up the small cubby space right here, USB port. But then closing it up, if you take the big one, or like both at the same time, then you have a huge cubby space with a 12-volt power outlet, of course. It's very deep. You can easily fit a bottle of water inside. Then closing it. I mean, look at the way this is roomy. I mean, that's the space I was talking about. I mean, guys, it's huge. You have here your command for the sunroof, and then your garage home link, lights, and you have, for your sunglasses. Now for today's tester, I got 2 bottles of water, 1.5 liters and 0.5, and let's see if they fit in the Grand Cherokee. Now the small bottle fits very good right here. Even you can fit maybe 2. But then let's see if the big one fits. It does, but by squeezing it, but it fits. And here for some maps and books, something like that. Then let's get that back out. The center console is a big one, surprisingly, and you have a manual too. Putting that in, there you have it. And yeah, guys, that's basically it for the storage space. Let's go ahead and check out the trunk. Now in the trunk, you also do get smart key access, key fob in the pocket. Press this button. It's gonna unlock your huge trunk. You have a cover right here. Going back. Now I've got a suitcase, and putting it inside, I mean, you have massive cargo space. Under that, you have your spare tire too. You have small cubbies right here and right there. And then, without folding the rear seats, you have 35 cubic feet of cargo space. And then when folding them, you have 68.7 cubic feet. Let's go ahead and check out the back seat, guys. Slightly tinted rear windows. Now, climbing into the back seat of the Grand Cherokee, first of all, legroom is plenty. I'm 185 centimeter, and this is my seating position. You have plenty of legroom. Headroom is good as well. Now, because this generation is longer in wheelbase, then you have added space in the back. Closing up the doors, it feels very, comfortable sitting back here. The cool thing about these seats that you can adjust them. You have a handle right here, so you can pull them back. Just stay comfortable. You also have an armrest right here with 2 cup holders. And then let's try sitting here. So sitting down in the middle seat, the cool thing, you don't have to have any hump, so it's very comfortable sitting back here. The seat isn't that comfortable, but if you're going on short trips, you can manage very cool, and everyone has space to put their feet. You have a 110 volt power outlet right here, charge your phone, and you have 2 air vents. The 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee is the 4th generation of the Grand Cherokee. The previous one was kind of ugly, and with this new design, it looks wonderful. I mean, these beautiful lines that you have on the hood and all around the car, very clean lines, and sculpted sides, the way you have this sloping windshield. It's all very nicely done, and it's also aerodynamically engineered, so when you're going on high speed, you don't have any wind noise because of its now higher pose and the longer wheelbase. And coming on to the front fascia, you have this very nice chrome grille with the black accents right here with the chrome Jeep writing. And then coming on to the headlights, it looks a bit like the Compass, but it's very beautiful design and much uptown than the previous one. And then coming under the headlights, you have these fog lights right here with this black bumper, which gives it a really nice contrast between the white and the black. Now coming on to the rear right here, you have these huge headlights with the chrome connecting them. I have second thoughts about the chrome, but the way this is beautifully done, especially with the white paint, and then with the 4x4 Laredo emblem, the black bumper right here, with the exhaust tip, it's a very nice one. You also have an integrated rear spoiler, which gives it a kind of sporty feel, looking like the SRT8. Now the Laredo rolls on 17-inch 5-spoke aluminum alloy wheels, which are really nice going on the road compared to the 18 or even the 20-inch, which feels, you know, a bit uncomfortable when going on rough surfaces. Now let's go and see how this car drives, shall we? I hope it's gonna be good. I started off my test drive of the Grand Cherokee on the highway, and then took it on a twisty mountain road with the heck of a panoramic view to check how this car handles and how the suspension works. So setting off in the Grand Cherokee. Now first thing, you realize now we're on a bumpy road. It's very comfortable driving it. As we said, the seating position, it's very high. You're higher than everything on the road. So, going on the road now. The steering wheel is very light and the engine is very smooth. It's powerful when you need it, like right here, taking it. It's very powerful when you need it, but then cruising along, it's very comfortable and smooth. Let's put up the window for the wind noise. Now, as I've heard, and it's quite true, because the Grand Cherokee has near ideal front to rear weight balance, it's the nicest one to drive other than the Overland Summit or even the limited one. Now upgraded in 2011, this generation, because it has clean lines, you don't have any wind noise. Let's close it up. You don't have any wind noise whatsoever. It's very calm inside. Now, continuing the test drive on this beautiful mountain road, I recognized things that I didn't when just sitting in the vehicle. First off, the seats, leather seats which are heated, and you know, if you're going on just streets, they're very comfortable. But when going on twisty roads, they don't hold you in, they are not firm at all, so you may tend to fall off your seat, which is quite hard if you're going off-road. And since we're talking about off-road, the suspension of the Grand Cherokee is a bit tight, and let's say if we're going on road bumps, you feel like the Grand Cherokee just jumps off, and if you're going sideways on a bump like quite fast, you feel like you're jolted out of your seat. Other than this quite firm suspension and the seat, it's very comfortable, and especially the steering is very light, so it's very easy to maneuver the Grand Cherokee. The turning circle is quite awesome, honestly, so if you're in tight space, you can just maneuver the Grand Cherokee very easily. So guys, that's it for today. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. And until then, take care everybody. See you soon.